It's time for Spiritual Awakening Radio. My name is James Bean of spiritualawakeningradio.com. Today, more selections from the unpublished letters of Master Kirpal Singh. A while back I did a program reading a few of these, and so I thought I would return to this unpublished collection. I'm sure there are several people out there that also have copies of these old letters. They've been in circulation for many decades. Unless someone else beats me to it, one of these days, at some point, I will probably scan and upload these letters to the web. Open source, public domain, copyright free, like all the other Kirpal Singh books. You'll find at the Ruhani Satsang USA website or santbaniashram.org, there are many books of Master Kirpal online, copyright free, for free, that can be downloaded, and so sooner or later that will happen, one way or another. Before I begin reading some selections from these letters, a few mystic verses from the poetry of Sant Dadu Dayal of Rajasthan. This is actually from a prayer, excerpted from a prayer of Dadu. Says Dadu, the Lord keeps the devotee under his protection. Near the devotee, the Lord of death cannot venture. O Lord, grant me the true Nam, so that all the fires of Kal may be extinguished. Then Dadu will become fearless, and Kal can never devour him. O Lord, only the ones you protect are ferried across. If you let go of their hand, they will drown in the ocean of existence. You alone are the Savior, O Lord, while many are the tormentors. Except you, Dadu has no one else. You yourself. Take care of him, says Sant Dadu Dayal, the great saint of Rajasthan. From the unpublished letters of Sant Kirpal Singh on meditation practice. As regards the location of the third eye, it is near to the place where the two optic nerves of the physical eyes meet. That third eye is the inner eye, which looks through the physical eyeballs outside. At the time of meditation, we have to cease looking through the physical eyeballs and fix the inner gaze on the darkness between and betwixt the two eyebrows. When we close the physical eyes, there is something which sees the darkness within. That which sees may be called the inner eye. As regards hearing the sound current, it would be better if you would reserve the night time for hearing the sound current and morning time for Simran. When hearing the sound current, do not do Simran, but devote full attention to the inner ear and hear the sound coming from the right side, while sitting with attention at the eye focus. This will give a clearer sound. If time is put in, spiritual practices regularly, in an accurate way as instructed at the time of initiation, the inner experiences will increase from day to day. One necessary thing is to keep the pose steady for a long period of time and keep the inner gaze fixed constantly on the light within. This will ensure further progress. Master power is overhead and will extend all feasible help. I am glad that you had initiation and experienced a sense of holy presence This presence was the Master working overhead. You also felt a detachment of the body and saw cloud forms of blue and orange. Master was ordering you within to let go of the breathing, which you could not do as you had formed a habit. This you have to unravel, and now you find your sittings very restful within, with no sense of your physical body at all. That shows complete unconsciousness of the physical body, or so to say, withdrawal of the spirit current from the body. Just pausing here. Here he's referring to how some people pay attention to the breath during meditation, or import techniques, meditation techniques from other yoga systems and try and combine them together, and that's always a bad idea. Just follow the initiation instructions. In Sant Mat, there is no attention paid to the motor currents, the breathing process. We're not about being tethered to the body, focusing on the breath, but rising above body consciousness. Kirpal Singh, the new men who are initiated by me here do at the very first sitting experience withdrawal, inner vision opened, and hear the higher sounds, bells, conch, and thunder, etc. They are enjoined to devote regular time day to day. Those who are putting in regular time, even an hour or so, experience all these whenever they sit. A good number of them have transcended the big star, the moon, and reached the Master within and talked to him. There are a few of them who can convey messages to the Master at their will and get his replies in a short time. Out of the new initiates, there are some who have reached the first plane, Sahas Dal Kanwal, thousand-petaled lotus, and even crossed it. When traversing into the higher planes, the soul experiences light and sound. The first step, of course, is to withdraw from the physical body and be born anew into the beyond. You will be able to go along the way inside if you but follow the instructions implicitly, which were given to you at the time of initiation. The sound and light meet the traveling soul on the way up. This is the right form of meditation. If you put in time doing the prescribed spiritual practices, you will withdraw inside, and your inner vision will open. The light of heaven will begin to be visible to you in different colors. This light is seen when the soul withdraws completely from the body and goes out of sight when we again become conscious of the physical body. I am glad to receive your letter and to learn that you had an initiation experience of opening of the inner vision and the hearing of the sound current. If you are regular in your practices in an accurate way, as explained to you at the time of initiation, you are sure to progress splendidly. When the soul withdraws, it traverses with the astral body into the higher regions and sees figures, etc. At that time, you should repeat the 5 names. The figures will disappear. Only such persons will stand before you who go to the 5th plane, and you can derive benefit from them. The soul traverses here and there and sees many events which are going on elsewhere. But we should not waste our time in engaging ourselves in such things, as this will retard our further progress. If you are regular at putting time into spiritual practices, you will go ahead and surely meet the Master face to face. The sound will change for the higher sounds. Sometimes when one is tired and weak as a result of nervousness, fullest results are not derived. The sound you hear, i.e. chirping, rumbling, etc., are lower sounds. We should not stick to those sounds, but we should listen closely whether any higher sound is coming, and while listening closely, repetition of the 5 names should not be done. This will enable you to catch higher sounds. Just pausing here, in Sant Mat meditation, we repeat the names, and when we get to inner sound meditation practice, we just focus on the sound, the divine name, or divine nam, a higher form of a name of God, or the name of God, if you will. Sant Kirpal Singh, with regard to the sound becoming too strong, leave off the practice of hearing the sound current for some time and pay no heed to the sound. In this way, its intensity will be lessened. One thing is to be borne in mind: we should hear and follow the sound coming from the right only, or right side. There are sounds coming both from the right and the left. You are to listen only to those coming from the right with the inner ears. Those coming from the left side have the debasing effect. We need not confound them with those sounds heard by outer physical ears. The purpose of hearing the sound current within, and also that of seeing the heavenly light, is to etherealize our inner faculties and thus enable them to contact us with higher visions within. As regards the sound of the bina, it somewhat resembles the sound of the instrument which the snake charmers use to play to catch the snakes. Its tune resembles that of a flute. The difference is that the sound of the flute is shrill compared to that of the bina, just as the sound of a violin is shrill when compared to that of the flute. And the sound grows more in volume and thicker and continuous as the soul traverses higher. It is a continuous sound resembling that of a bagpipe. Regarding the sound, you are not to listen to or pay any attention whatsoever to the sound coming from the left side. Various kinds of sounds are heard inside, out of which the sounds of the big bells and conch, thunder, and drumbeat are higher sounds. When these higher sounds are heard, they may be followed. The crawling-like sensation felt on the spine need not be paid any heed. You must be careful to let the breathing go on quite unconsciously. In this way, crawling sensation will go away. Such sensations are felt in practicing Laya Yoga, which concerns the awakening of the Kundalini or serpent power through direction of the prana current to lower chakras in the body. This is the way of yogis and not the way of the saints. We are not to follow the sound coming from the left side. You may please keep a regular diary, recording all the failures in your ethical life and the hours put into your spiritual practices for withdrawal, and hearing the sound current, as that will improve matters. You will please adopt the posture best suited to you, in which you can sit for a longer time, and put in equal time to both practices. If you sit for the practices regularly and accurately, you are sure to have your inner vision opened and the sound current becoming audible. Sant Kirpal Singh from these unpublished letters on meditation practice. Wrapping up today's edition of Spiritual Awakening Radio, a couple of mystic verses from Guru Nanak. How can the Manmukh have access to the path of Surat Shabd? Here the term Manmukh, just pausing for a second, refers to the self-willed one, someone who is a disciple of his or her own mind, instead of following the teachings of the masters, the upward call, the call from above, from the spiritual realm. The Manmukh is a disciple of ego, or a mind. How can the Manmukh have access to the path of Surat Shabd? And without the Surat Shabd path, one but comes and goes. Says Nanak, it is through the Master that one gets the refuge of deliverance. It is the perfect good fortune that one gets united with the Supreme Lord.